Namaste, and welcome to another episode of Sounds of India, broadcast on the first Sunday of every month at 11 a.m. and repeated on Tuesday at 5 p.m. and Thursday at 6 p.m. I'm your host, Karina Datta Karmakar, here to keep you up to date with upcoming events and to recap past events. As we step into the summer season, there are lots of activities and events happening in the city in the months of June and July. In today's episode, we'll start off with our community news for upcoming months, followed by a conversation with the president of U Ottawa Bhangra. I hope you enjoy this month's episode, and now off to our community announcements. We now have some exciting community announcements for you, so grab your chai and get ready to mark your calendars. The Desi Troupe presents the Punjabi Rooftop Party on June 7th by DJ Rav, and the Bollywood Rooftop Party by DJ Jess on June 14th. Both events will be held at 297 Dalhousie Street from 7 to 11 p.m. Open-air Bhangra and Bollywood parties lined up for the first time in Ottawa. Get beautiful sunset views as you vibe to Desi music. Tickets can be purchased on desitroop.com. India-Canada Association is delighted to inform you about their upcoming Unity Picnic in the Park held on June 21st from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Vincent Massey Park. This event aims to bring our community together for a day of fun and fellowship. Entry to the picnic is free, and the event is open to everyone in the community. Enjoy food stalls, merchandise stalls, cultural programs, games, activities, face painting, and music by DJ Just once again. Don't miss this one. The High Commission of India in Ottawa invites you for yoga sessions to mark the 11th International Day of Yoga on the theme Yoga for One Earth, One Health. The first session will be held on June 18 from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Nepean Sportsplex Hall A and B. The second session, the main celebration, will be held on June 21st on Parliament Hill from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. To register, visit hciottawa.gov.in. The Great India Festival presents Yoga in Canada Summit on June 22nd on International Day of Yoga, followed by Samhita, a celebration of multiculturalism, on June 27th. And then, of course, the flagship event, Mahabharatotsav, on August 7th to 10th. For more details, visit tgifottawa.ca. Gujarati Cultural Association is hosting a multicultural food and kite festival on June 28th at Carlton Place from 10 a.m. onwards. Join in for a fun summer day outing with your friends and family. Food, music, special Indian kites, and a lot more. Take advantage of this free event. Register on allevents.in. Social Flicks is hosting Aloha Boat Cruise Party, supported by Charm Events, on Sunday, July 13th from 4 to 8 p.m. Boarding will be at 799 Rue Jacques Cartier in Gatineau. A Hawaiian-themed cruise bringing together generations together for one day of tropical joy, island culture, and family fun. Tickets are $60 per person or 2 adult tickets for $100. Kids 5 to 12 are $30. Tickets can be purchased on eventbrite.ca. The Indo-Canadian Community Centre has listed a variety of free classes and sessions. Yep, you heard that right, free. The Great India Festival Yoga in Canada classes are open to all and offered at various times daily. There are also Chinmaya Bharati yoga classes offered online, and the Hindu Temple offers pranayam classes. Additionally, SPCO has Start Your Own Business sessions, and ICCC has Tanglewood Seniors Group weekly meetings. Visit iccc.org/event to learn more about all of these free event classes. If you would like us to announce your upcoming events, please send us an email at soundsofindiarogers@gmail.com. Stay tuned for an exciting interview coming up. And that is all for your community announcements today. And now I'm excited to be in conversation with a young leader spreading dance, culture, and energy in the community. A new face on our show, the president of U Ottawa Bhangra, Sahana Sariora. I'm so thrilled to have you on our show today. Thank you, and I'm sorry if I butchered your last name there. Thank you for coming onto our show.
No, thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're here. So we're gonna have a really deep dive into you out of Bhangra and everything else that's exciting here. But before that, maybe you can start by telling us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Sahana. I've been on the U Ottawa Bhangra team since 2021, and I'm in my 4th year at U Ottawa in human kinetics. Yeah.
Nice, human kinetics, and then you do Bhangra, so it's like
Yeah,
that's really cool.
it goes together.
Okay, nice. So how did you come about U Ottawa Bhangra, and then if you can tell us a little more about U Ottawa Bhangra in general too.
Yeah, so I came across U Ottawa Bhangra just because when I moved to Ottawa, I moved here for university. I wanted to find a bit of community. It was during COVID as well.
Okay.
So it was a little difficult to make friends and stuff during class. And I grew up doing Bhangra, so I thought it might be a good way to meet new people, meet a Punjabi community here. So I joined in 2021, which was a year after the team actually started. And just since then, I've been part of the team, and now I'm running the team, which is very exciting.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So wait, you said where are you from? Like, where were you before Ottawa?
I'm from Calgary. I was
Okay.
born and raised there, and then I
Nice.
just decided to move here for university.
Was there like a big Bhangra scene in Calgary?
Yeah, Calgary has a really big Bhangra scene. There's like a bunch of competitive teams there. I grew up going to different Bhangra competitions and just doing a whole bunch of different Bhangra events, and there's a very big Punjabi community in Calgary as well.
Okay.
So moving from a city that had a really big Punjabi community to moving to Ottawa where there's a lot less, it was quite the difference.
Yeah, I can imagine that. But I'm so glad that there's people like you who come here to find like that unity and like dancing with something that's like motivated for so many different people, and then just following your passion with it too.
Yeah.
On the side of school. So for you so actually I'm gonna go back to like your childhood. So how did you decide you wanted to dance, or how did you like land on Bhangra?
Honestly, I didn't really know anything about Bhangra. I didn't really have much of an interest in it. My older brother did Bhangra when we were growing up, but I wasn't really a part of it. And then one day my mom came up to me and she was like, I put you in a Bhangra class. We're going to be going next week. Hopefully you'll like it. And quite literally my first class there, I started crying. I didn't think I wanted to go back. I was very nervous. There were a lot of good dancers around me and I didn't know if I'd be any good. But by the end of the class, I already loved it. And then I started then. I was about like 12 years old.
Wow. Okay.
And I started then. I joined a competitive team and still that's what I'm doing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So like you had some competitive experience like in Calgary.
Yeah.
And then you came here and you were like, okay, there's something already here, and then
Yeah.
you decided to be involved. Okay. So yeah, let's go back into U Ottawa Bhangra, and if you can tell us more about the organization in general.
Yeah, so the team started in 2020, and some of my friends ran the team then. And basically, the idea was just there wasn't really a Bhangra team here that was easy to join, especially for like our age group. So they started it up just to bring the culture to people, just so there would be more, like more people could learn what it is, more people could experience it, especially in a university where there's so many people around.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a good way to get into it. So yeah, we started with that. We started with about like 8 people on the team in our first year. And we just did a couple of performances that we were like invited to different events. And then slowly from then it's just been getting bigger, and now we've been able to do bigger events and stuff like that, so it's exciting.
Amazing. And this is like a U Ottawa specific team, right?
Yeah, so the team is based out of U Ottawa. It's a U Ottawa club.
Okay.
But we kind of have people from all over the city join. There's U Ottawa students, there's students from other universities and institutions as well as alumni.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I mean, I've been like blessed to be able to attend some of those like workshops that you guys do for free, so that's been really nice. So with U Ottawa Bhangra, like what are your main initiatives, I guess?
The main goal really is just to like give people a place to do Bhangra. There isn't many places for that here. It's a place for people to experience their culture, to experience a new culture if they aren't in it already.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And really it's just like it's just a place for people to come together. It's a place for people to have fun. It's a good workout. Like, it's all of those things kind of just put into one. It's a great creative form, it's a good dance form, like all of that. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like shift things a little bit here and kind of go back to, you mentioned like when you Ottawa Bhangra started, it was during like the pandemic. How did you guys go about that? Was it like virtual learning or like?
Yeah, so when we first started, it was just there's some, like, thankfully there's some big spaces at U Ottawa, so just like in the university centers, all of us were literally wearing masks, but it was like everyone was kind of together, just separated as much as we could.
Right.
But there was only a couple people then, like I think like 8 people we had, so like in these big spaces we were pretty spread out, and yeah, we kind of just made it work. We were also just figuring it out then. So just kind of starting with like, okay, we have some music, we have some people who want to dance, and like let's just see where it goes.
Amazing. How did it feel like once you guys like kind of stepped out of that like pandemic like phase, and then you were able to like full on dance together like as a team? Because obviously Bhangra like is very like formation based, and there's a lot of movement and things like that. So like, how did it feel to finally be able to do that again?
It felt really good. It was really exciting. It was also like the first time that we could do that as a team. It wasn't really going back to it, but just like the first time that everyone was kind of able to work together.
Right.
We were able to like, I think it helped us like make better friendships with each other, get to know each other better, since we were able to hang out outside of just being there for Bhangra lessons and stuff.
For sure.
So it was really exciting to do all of that, because it is something where we all collaborate together. So it was very exciting.
Okay, so collaborate together. So obviously it's a team, and there's so much work that goes into it.
Yeah.
So maybe you can speak to a bit like about who's your like exec team with U Ottawa Bhangra.
Yeah. So honestly, it is one of those things where it's like everyone kind of works together. We do have an exec team where that's me and my co-president. We have some people who are going to be taking over once we graduate, but everyone really works together. We have people that help choreograph, people that help teach, people that help make mixes, people that help run things just in the bigger picture of like performances and venues and studios and all of that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so critical to have that, so I'm glad that you have a solid team for that. As a team, have you performed anywhere? Like, where have you mainly performed in Ottawa or beyond Ottawa?
So our kind of big break, and the place that we mainly performed for a couple years, was at the U Ottawa Asian semi-formals and formals. That's kind of where we got our first big stage, where a lot of people got to see us. So that's really exciting. But after that, we've had some bigger opportunities. We did a really big exhibition in the Toronto area last year.
Wow.
We got to perform at Parliament for the Sikh Heritage and Vaisakhi events. We did a really exciting performance at the Rogers Centre, where there was over like 500 to 1,000 people in the crowd.
Oh, that's incredible.
So we've gotten some really cool opportunities to do some big events.
Wow. So yeah, like that's pretty professional standard to me, I would say. So that's really awesome that you had so many great scale like opportunities. And I feel like that improves your dance community too, because you get exposure and you get practice on larger scales, and you meet other artists too and build connections.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. What are the team dynamics like? So like I know you mentioned that everyone like works together and things like that, but working as a team and like prepping for a show, for example, how does that go as a team?
Yeah, so honestly, the team honestly doesn't feel like a team at the end of the day. It kind of feels more like a family and a community. Like everyone is really able to depend on each other for all of these things. When it comes to getting ready for big performances and stuff, there's a lot of work that goes into it. We kind of have to start with having some sort of mix, having choreography to it, having the formations to that, finding the dancers to do it, and then on top of that comes the costumes. So there's a lot of effort that goes into it, and there's a lot of different steps, but when we have this like big group of people and everyone's able to contribute, it makes it a lot easier.
I personally noticed during one of your things, like the workshops that you keep open to the public, like you have your core team that like performs, that are more regular, but you're also very like open to having people who have like zero background in Bhangra. So like how do you keep that like motivation in the team to like inspire people who might not have like the same experience?
Yeah, so our biggest goal is to expose people to Bhangra. Like, especially in a city where there isn't a big Punjabi community, it's kind of hard to get that. But also, it's not just for the Punjabi community. Like, it really is for anyone who's interested. We have people on the team who don't come from a Punjabi background, even though that's where like the folk dance originates. But having people who come all the time, have been coming for a couple years every week, so it just makes it easier for us to do performances with them. But we are always looking for new people. We're always looking for more people to join. We love teaching, which is why we're doing it in the first place. So just having new people come in, having them learn, especially when they stick around and they enjoy it and they want to do the performances with us, it just motivates us to keep going.
Absolutely, yeah. I can totally relate to that even with like my team. So you mentioned like you guys want to have like more people join your team. So if someone wanted to audition, what's the process like and how do they come around for that?
So currently we're not really doing auditions. It's just if you have any interest in it, if you want to join, you can come, you can join us. We have an Instagram page where anyone can DM us and say they want to come. We'll just let them know when our next workshop is and they can just show up to them. After that, when it comes to performances and stuff, it really is how well people are doing during the workshops and the practices.
Right.
Once it comes to that, they can join other practices that are for performances specifically. We'll teach them the set and all of that, and then they can join us for performances.
Amazing.
As
So
well.
basically, like based on the performance, they would like
Exactly.
get more opportunities
Yeah.
and things like that. I like how open the process is for people to join. So I know you mentioned like there's like choreography and then like mix making, and I know there's a lot of time that goes into that. Do you do any of the choreographies yourself? Or?
Yeah, I am one of the main choreographers on the team. So me and my co-president, we do a lot of that. We'll just get together like on weekends or when we have spare time. We'll get together, we'll listen to the mix, and we'll just make choreography together. It really just feels like it's another time to just hang out with your friends, and we
That's
get
true.
to do something productive while doing that.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna like kind of dive deeper into that. Like, what's your process like? Like, how do you come up with choreography, or like, what inspires you? Like, how do you go about that?
Yeah, so honestly, it's one of those things where just like, as I've slowly learned and gotten better at dancing itself, it's one of those things that have come to me a little bit naturally. But also, you just get inspired by the music, you get inspired by watching different performances, by just honestly testing different things out. You don't always know if it'll work, but just by trial and error. So yeah, for like inspiration, there's a lot of things in your day-to-day life. You watch different people move around, you watch different types of dance, all of that. It inspires you to make something new.
Right. I noticed you guys have like a Spotify playlist that you guys share with like on your Instagram page.
Yeah.
So that's really cool because like I guess before dance like you need to like familiarize yourself with the music
Yeah.
and build that culture. So that was really cool. I also noticed that when you guys started, you guys had like the more like simpler like kurtas and whatever as costumes, but over time like now you guys have like proper like stage costumes and things like that. So if you want to like talk about like how you went from one to the other and how you grew into that space.
Yeah, so when we first started off, we literally had like zero budget for the team, zero funding. Even those costumes were made by like one of the team members and their family. So it really started off as like we just wanted something to make us look uniform, make us look like a team itself. Even with those, like we had costumes that were like they were for some people, but some people would kind of have to like put their own outfits together just to match.
Right.
And since then, we've gotten a little bit more funding from the school, from the community. And with that, we were able to design some really nice costumes. We were able to work with some costume designers in India. We were able to design all of it. They sent us some mock-ups. It was a whole process.
Oh my god.
But then we got these beautiful vernia made. Yeah.
So how do you do that? Like, does somebody go to India, or do you guys like talk to them and they send it to you? Like, how does that usually work?
So essentially it was just me and a couple other people from the team made a mock-up of it, just of what we think it should look like. We used some ideas from like looking at other teams, general fashion trends, what we thought looked good. We designed some. We contacted someone in India, just over like WhatsApp video calls, all of that stuff. We found him on Instagram, and from there we sent him our designs. He was able to kind of take our designs and transform them into an actual outfit. He sent us different color options, different fabric options. Like, there's a lot of steps to it. And then once he showed us a mock-up, we were able to get it produced into like a couple different colors, and then they shipped it all to us.
Oh my God. I can like feel your passion because like it takes a lot of dedication to be able to do more than just the dance aspect of it, and to stretch yourself out and wear all the hats of choreography, mixing, designing, and everything is great. So thank you for the work that you do. So you're Ottawa Bhangra, but I think I've noticed sometimes that you guys do collaborative work with like Gidda teams and other styles. Maybe you can speak to that for a bit.
Yeah, so we really started off as just a Bhangra team, but as the community has grown a little bit and we've gone to meet more people and meet people who want to take on different roles, we've started collaborating with other teams as well. There's the Gidda team, there's other like Bollywood teams, all of that. The Gidda team, we work with them, we'll do performances with them. We've had some performances where like we collaborate together. We've done different like videos and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's exciting.
I love that. What's the next big thing on like Ottawa Bhangra's agenda, like that maybe you haven't done yet and you're like aspiring to do?
Yeah, so we've done small performances, we've done big stage performances, and now we're kind of hoping to go down the route of competitive. So there's a lot of different competitions that happen like in Ontario, but also throughout the rest of the country, and we're hoping that we can start working towards hitting some of those, maybe just leveling up like the type of Bhangra that we're doing.
Great.
And yeah, it could be cool if we were able to become a competitive team, not just a team that does workshops and smaller events.
Right. I can totally see you guys up that
Thank
alley
you.
just in a couple of months, maybe. You never know. So I'm gonna come back to what I've like noticed in your team. I've noticed there's a lot of like diverse dancers, and like I think it's really exciting to see like all these different people cultures. So like, what does like diversity and like inclusion mean to you in a team?
I think for us it's a big part of our team. Like we really want people to know that it's open for everyone. It's not something where we're trying to like keep people out. We really want anyone and everyone who even enjoys Bhangra, has seen Bhangra, thinks it's fun to watch. We want them all to join in. Doesn't matter like what your background is, what your culture is, if you've ever experienced it before. Like we really just want anyone who is passionate about the dance form itself to join.
Amazing. And I'm like coming near to the end of our interview, but I just wanted to ask you, so with all of this, like how big is your team now?
So we kind of started off with like 8 people in our first year, and now we have a core team that is like able to do performances all the time. That's about 8 to 10 people, and then outside of that we've got people who come to our workshops. They're not doing it they're not performing yet, but they're coming to workshops. We've got about 5 or 6 people do that, and then we've got people who like to just come every couple months if they want to do a workshop, if they want to do a good cardio session, something like that. So I'd say we've got close to like 30 people of like people who are there all the time and people who show up sometimes.
That's huge, so congrats on that. And I'm gonna just ask you like this last question, like what inspires you as a dancer and what message do you have for the community?
Honestly, just doing it, having the community, having somewhere to like show my dance form, all of that, it inspires me at the end of the day. And my message to the community would just be like, come join us. We want everyone to join. We hope that everyone enjoys what we're doing and they enjoy watching it, they enjoy being a part of it, all of that.
Amazing. And last thing is, if they wanted to follow you, how do they follow you?
Yeah, so we have an Instagram page. It's Ottawa Bhangra. That's on Instagram. And then if anyone is wanting to join, you can send us a DM, or we have an email as well. That's ottawabhangra@gmail.com. Send us an email, send us any inquiries, even for performances, if you want to be part of the workshops, any of that.
I love that. Thank you so much, Sahana, for coming to our Sounds of India program today. You were a joy to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, folks. So that concludes our show for today. Thank you for joining us on our Sounds of India episode. We really hope you enjoyed the announcements and the interview. If you would like us to announce your events, cover your event, or if you'd like to be a guest on our show, please email us at soundsofindiarogers@gmail.com. Don't forget to tune in for our July episode for more community news, interviews, and event footage. Thank you, stay safe, and have a wonderful day. Namaste.
We are organizing the world's first audiovisual and entertainment summit.
Guests like you, we cannot do it anymore like this. So thank you for coming in. We build cultures and we share our traditions. So enjoy, bon appetit, and the food is over now.
So, friends, as you know, Indian food, cuisine is like a symphony. Many ingredients go into that. Many experts play a role in that. And what comes out is a beautiful melody. It's a beautiful note. I think that's what you're going to see here today. In a way, it also reflects the diversity of India, because India is a land of diversity. You travel 50 kilometers, the dialect changes, food changes. In fact, every home in India has got a chef of its own and a signature dish in every house, which it is famous for.